we see the AutoPen scandal and all these everything evil being exposed, and we're going to release the Epstein files, and people are going to go to jail, and we're going to fix all of the fraudulent voting that's going all over the country. And every day was something brand new. You couldn't wait to wake up and see what's going on today. And nothing's happened. No one's been arrested. This AutoPen scandal is just a byword and a joke. Everything that Elon Musk found with Doge has been codified in law, and they put it all in the big beautiful bill. It's like 80%. I don't remember what the number is. You can look it up. It's like 80% of everything that he was going to eliminate was all codified in the big beautiful bill. Nothing got eliminated. What the heck was that all about then? The Epstein files, don't have to mention that. We already know what that turned into, and it's just been disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. But I'm still hopeful, and maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm an idiot for being hopeful. But he's got 3 years left, and I pray to God that President Trump is listening, and that he would, because he still has the potential to be the greatest president in American history, or he could be the biggest letdown. This could be his issue. This could be the issue that turns everything around for him, where he can come out and say, I am going to save the kids. I'm not going to be the one who talks about it. Everyone, we do this for the children. We do this for the children. And they're doing crap for the children. In fact, they're making it worse. They're harming them. President Trump could be the president who puts an end to government subsidized child trafficking forever. That will be a legacy that will outlive his great grandchildren. This is in the same way. Look, if you go back in history, how do people look at Abraham Lincoln? They look at him like he was second to Jesus. I mean, Abraham Lincoln, as far as people are concerned, is the greatest president of all time and one of the greatest human beings of all time, and the whole works. But if you go back and you look at the things that he did from an objective perspective, he did some horrible things as president. He completely violated people's rights, the First Amendment, the Fifth Amendment. He eliminated due process. He put people in jail for writing things about him in newspapers that were, he didn't like. I mean, he did things that if anybody did it today, if Bill Clinton did it, we'd say he was the absolute worst. And we can go on and on and on. But he did one singular thing that makes him everybody's hero. He freed the slaves. And because he freed the slaves, he is universally recognized and heralded as the greatest man of all time. Only Jesus was better. And you know what, President Trump? If you will end government subsidized child trafficking in America, and you will protect the children of these people who are American citizens from having to be afraid of being kidnapped and lost forever in a system and being sex trafficked and abused and everything, you will go down right next to Abraham Lincoln as the one guy who truly, legitimately, honestly saved the children. People talk about it and nobody's done it. In the same way Lincoln freed the slaves, you will be the one who saved the children. And you have that opportunity, President Trump. And you can do it with the swipe of a pen. You can do it in less than 24 hours, the same way Lincoln did. The Emancipation Proclamation, you can do the same thing, President Trump. You have the power, you have the authority. And if he doesn't do it, Michael, it means of one of two things. Either he's ignorant or he's involved. And by involved, I don't mean that he's trafficking children. I just mean that there are powers that be that control him, and he's involved in that sense, that somebody controlling him will not allow him to do it. There's political pressure that he's involved with. He's connected to some political pressures that are too strong that he just won't do it. Because I don't think he's involved. I don't think he's involved in Epstein Island crap. I don't believe in any of that stuff. But something is causing him to be willing to spend his political capital to protect something in there. I don't know what's going on. I wish I knew. I can't tell you. But all I know is this. He has the power to end government subsidized child trafficking with a stroke of a pen. If he doesn't do it, we're only left to surmise why.
Yeah. Those are great words, Diego. And that could happen. There's one time I doubted President Trump on the vaccination plan. And I felt that I was wrong on that. Everything else I've agreed with him, and so I learned not to doubt him. There's a bigger plan I think coming. So hopefully, we pray that that does happen. But I think that's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer, and I'm praying for him, brother. I have it. Got a little prayer card over here. Things remind me to pray for every day. I pray for Trump. He's right on there. I pray for
You're
my
in good
president.
standing, so that's going to help out.
What's that?
You're in good standing, obviously, so that's going to definitely help out.
Well, I don't care if I'm in good standing or bad standing. He's my president.
Beautiful.
He is my president. He's not just, Joe Biden was not my president. Obama was not my president. Yes, I'm an American citizen. Yes, I was born here. Yes, I was here since before probably anybody was here in terms of our family's history. But none of that matters. I'm an American in my heart and my blood, and he's my president, and I voted for him. And he's probably the only president I ever voted for. Like I voted for George Bush, but I wasn't voting for him. I was just voting against the other guy. The only guy who I was actually voting for him, in favor of him, and not just against the Democrat candidate, was President Trump. And I did so happily 3 times. And he's my president, and I want him to succeed. But his success to me is America's success, not his personal success. So I want him to do the right thing. That's all I want. That's all I want. And I understand no one's going to be perfect, and he's going to make mistakes. I'm a father. I make mistakes. I'm a grandfather. I make mistakes. When a president makes mistakes, maybe they're bigger than what we make. But when it comes to this issue, this is not complicated, man. It is not a complicated one. So we can't expect a president to know everything that goes on in the country. And he's not responsible for everything that goes on in the country. But you can know the top 5 things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And those top 5 things, if you have the power to fix them, fix it. And I can't really imagine anything more critical than the utter and complete destruction of a family by virtue of forced kidnap.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that, like you said before, it was, massive, resistance against the machine that basically stopped it. You mentioned that with the Bundys. You mentioned it, obviously, with your case. So I think if we're supporting something like CPS going away on a massive scale, it will go away. So that it really does eventually mean we, the people, have to be informed, which this documentary that you were involved with.
And so here's how easy it is, brother. If you want to know how easy is it for this to go away?
Yeah.
The ASFA Act, which is the funding mechanism and apparatus for all this, ASFA, the Adoption Safe Families Act, just repeal it. That's it. It's fixed overnight. Repeal it. Just like that. Done.
Wow.
And for those who say, well, it's going to take forever to get the federal government to do it. Well, then each of you guys can fight at your state legislature level, and you can have your state legislatures repeal their individual Child Protection Act in each one of their individual states, or just create a new statute that rejects the federal Title IV money from Social Security that funds them. So in other words, if the state of Florida or the state of Nevada or California or Idaho is no longer getting funding from the government, from the federal government, to incentivize them to take kids, well, then how are they going to pay for CPS? How are they going to pay for child protection? The answer is they have to do it themselves. And if they have to do it themselves, they're not going to be doing it all the time, every time, and in the cases of innocent people. No, they're only going to do it when there's clear, legitimate cases of abuse, real, genuine, bona fide assault. And so for the people saying, how come we don't need CPS? Because it's illegal to attack or assault or abuse anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it's freaking illegal to abuse your dog. You don't have to have a new bureaucracy to go after people who are abusing their dogs. It's already illegal. And so we don't need a new bureaucracy called CPS in order to put people in jail who are abusing their children or to protect those children. It's already illegal, and it's always been illegal. In 1974, we created what's loosely the foster care system and the right of the state to intervene in the lives of families if people are abusing their kids. That's in 1974. It's the CAPTA law, CAPTA. If we just went back to CAPTA without ASFA of 1997, I'm fine with that. Because I want children to be protected who are being abused. But I also understand statistically and just commonsensically, the percentage of people who are actually legitimately abusing their children is remarkably low. It happens, yes, but it's outrageously small. And even CPS knows that. They can tell you that because their own statistics tell it.
Well, here's a question for you. Does anyone here know how to beat the courts to retain custody of my son who was wrongfully taken from me?
So the answer to the question is there's not a way. You're going to have to get an attorney, and you're going to have an attorney fight. And feel free to reach out to me directly on our website, and I can give you some additional individual resources. But at the end of the day, brother, if your child's been wrongfully taken from you, you're experiencing exactly what we were talking about right here. And I'm very sorry you had to go through that, and we'll pray for you and pray with you. You're going to have to fight and give it everything. You have to be willing to do everything imaginable to get your child back. Because as you already know, if they've had your child for more than 15 consecutive months, according to the law, they are required to terminate your parental rights, and you'll never see that child again. That's not fear mongering. I'm not trying to scare you. That's what the law says.
Incredible. So like we saw in the video, It Takes a Village by Hillary Clinton. And they saw that in Mein Kampf, there's certain writings that match what she had in that book. So we're against a very dark force, a very evil force.
Yes, sir.
And you've talked about prayer quite a bit. It's talked about in the movie. You have just said that you're going to have to focus your entire existence, on overcoming this, and that's what they want. Pure evil is like that. I've seen this evil all over the world. It's unbelievable. It's not just here in America; it's everywhere. But here in America, it is. You would think, you would never believe. Most Americans would never believe here in America that it would be possible, but it is. And in some cases, like we were talking about, the number one child trafficking country in the world. So how did we let that happen? We let it happen. It didn't just happen. So great information, Diego. God, unbelievable. Thanks for coming on the show. We're going to share you around with everybody. So hopefully all the other guys, I'm sure they will help you get this message out there. So
please do. Yeah, please. I'm more than willing to be on with anybody. If people want to get a chance to talk to the parents, we can connect you with my daughter and son-in-law, and Ryan as well. Ryan, who's a director of the film, he's actually directing a lot of people to talk to me. He says, because if you want to talk to someone who's got the details, talk to Diego. If you want to talk about the documentary, talk to me. If you want to talk on both fronts, talk to both of us. We just want the message out. That's all that matters to us.
That's great.
And so if there's people who want to talk, reach out. You've got my contact information. You guys can reach me on X. I actually don't use X, but for the sake of this documentary, I opened up an X account, and it's wide open to anybody can DM me. So we took that block off. And of course, people can go to our website and send us a contact from our website there as well, which is freedomman.gs, as in good stuff. People say, why is it GS and not .com? Because in the lawsuit, they took over our website and took it down 5 times. We had a .com, .net, I don't know how many, 5 times they took our website down. And so now I've had to take it out of, I don't have ownership of it. I don't even own it. It's hosted overseas. The registrars, I don't even know who, we just send it to other people who would take care of it for us, and they did. So now it's freedomman.gs, and with that, they can't take it down anymore. But anyhow, if you put your, if you go to the bottom there and click the contact us button, that will get to me, so people can contact us there. And we're more than happy to speak to anybody about this issue. We do in our studio here. I'm in studio, and behind me there, we have a Zoom studio where we can do live broadcast to thousands of people and try to help people as much as we can. But at the end of the day, the most important thing you can do right now is share Ryan's documentary. Share it. Let everybody see it again and again and again, because if millions of people see this, and if millions of people see this and then they talk to their legislators, yeah, there it is. How many views does it have now? 430-some thousand views. Look at that.
482,000, yeah.
Yeah, so almost 500,000.
Yeah, I shared it all over my social media. So this video will go all over my social media, so it'll definitely get out there. The link is in the description box, guys. The link for Freedom Man is in the description box. So definitely visit both these sites. So the information in Freedom Man is unbelievable. I've been skimming through it. Great information. You're going to start watching this video. Make sure you got time, because you're not going to stop. I started watching it last night, and everything else stopped. I watched this video to the end. So,
out of curiosity, did you watch it on your desktop, on a phone? How did you watch it? I was just curious.
I watched it on my desktop.
Okay.
And but I should watch it on the big screen. I'm going to watch it again. If there's so much information in there, you're going to want to watch it several times. So
I was just very curious when I was talking to Ryan, because he's like, we got to go on. It's going to go on Twitter for the first 48 hours, or X, of course, as it's now called. And I was like, how do people watch it? And on their phones? He goes, no, people watch it on their desktop, some on their phones. I said, how do people watch it on their TV? Well, some people AirPlay it to their TV. I said, all right, that's cool. Fair enough. It's 2025, man. People do, consume content however they do, but I was just curious how they did it.
Yeah. I mean, you can watch it from X, and you can watch it from any platform you want, really. So it's fantastic. That's why it's one of the reasons why it's got a lot. That's going to blow up. That'll be like 10x very, very soon. Very soon. So yeah, thanks, Diego, and it's been a pleasure and an honor speaking with you. I'd love to have you on again. Maybe with some of the other members. We'll keep getting this word out. It really makes a difference.
We appreciate it, brother. Yeah, and if you guys have any questions that come up between now and then, where people say, "Hey, can you? What about this and what about that?" Reach out again, brother. We'll make ourselves available, because this is obviously close to our heart, and we feel it's like a mission, like the Blues Brothers, man. It's a mission from God.
Very good, very good. Well, lots of love to you and your family. Thanks a lot, and we hope to see some great success with this venture in the future.
I appreciate it, brother. Thank you very much. Take care, and God bless.
God bless.